and welcome to the debate for an executive leader position. For those who haven't been a part of NUSA, here's a recap of the recent political fiasco. Nicolas Cage, after stealing the Constitution and heating it in an oven in order to check for secret codes, caught it on fire, burning the only evidence of our past Constitution. So, out of pure laziness, we made an entirely new one. In this new Constitution, there are two main branches. One, the legislative branch, is made out of the Patriots, or 39 representatives. They have all been voted on by representatives of each state, the Collectoral College. They are voted into their department of 13. All of the 39 are very knowledgeable in their own departments and make laws relating only to their fields, taking away the need for political parties. Each of the Patriots can only serve for one term, 10 years. By having one term and dissolving political parties, the politicians in NUSA completely changed their goal from getting elected and pleasing the uneducated people to simply wanting the sustainability and growth of our beautiful country. The two representatives here today are running for one of the three positions in the executive department.
And good morning, Britain. All of the 39 members have equal rights in making laws, but they can only make laws based on their department. Small edits can be made by the other 36 members by vote. Therefore, the best expertise in the nation are making the laws in the areas of their expertise. And these laws are then proposed to better educated people who can review it and examine how it will affect the nation in their certain areas of expertise. The second branch of NUSA, the judicial branch, is made up of 9 unbiased judges that serve for life. The Patriots vote these people onto the bench. There is a hierarchy, much like the US had for judges of regional and local rank. The trial by jury is still in use, like the Bill of Rights. The bureaucracy that was in place in the United States will prevail because it serves aid to the Patriots, which is well needed. They have to devote all of that time to making laws and preserving the nation. Therefore, the bureaucracy is still in place to help carry out laws. And now, going live to the people in the debate.
What's up, Badiro?
I hate this guy. Why do you...
Sorry about that, folks. Don't know what that was about. But overall, checks and balances in NUSA are still sustained under the Constitution, the new Constitution. The executive branch has far less power under this new government, and the laws that the entire legislative branch makes are checked by 9 judges. The judges are then checked by being voted on by the 39 members. And furthermore, they can be impeached by the executive department. In addition, the bureaucracy is very heavily checked by the continuous oversight of the executive branch. Finally, the small legislative branch has a lot of power, vested in just 39 people. This is exactly why 3 of the members are advocates for the people, and they make laws to protect individual freedoms against the government.
Thanks, Ben. What must be on the ground right there, dang. Furthermore, the Bill of Rights and amendments are preserved in the NUSA Constitution, with one major exception: no petition to the government. In this way, the power of the people is extremely reduced under NUSA, because often people are far too uneducated and don't fully understand what is best. That is why, after they have the input from voting, they are largely uninvolved. The general population in America isn't smart enough and is far too uninformed and able to work more freely when citizens don't have the rights to petition the government. This is a central concept of NUSA. Less influence in the government allows for a better nation. Lastly, this very federalist concept of a strong central government is counteracted by the strong local and state governments. And now the proctor is about to begin the debate. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for your 2 candidates, Ben Ramos from the United States and Dylan Whitson of NUSA.
Hello, hello. What a wonderful crowd.
Hello everyone. Very glad to be here.
Yes! To begin, my first question for you is, what are some of your plans in office, specifically on the topic of political parties?
Because political parties prevent anything from getting done in the government, political parties should become non-existent. With the NUSA government, the individual departments will all be motivated to get things done, not based on party lines. This effectively nullifies the need for political parties. At the same time, by taking away partisan politics and the extreme party polarization that has happened in our nation, mass media will become less aligned with one party or another, and instead will cover each issue in an unbiased manner. In this way, mass media and NUSA changes naturally to fit the nonpartisan political environment. Woo! Thank you.
Yes! How's our country's monetary policy? Are we still going to spend a lot of money on Social Security?
Wow, this is a hard question. See, I'm not very good with money. I feel like we should spend more and save less. And I feel like we could keep putting money into entitlement programs because those are great and people constantly rely on them, and I love that. I believe we should tax people enough amounts that we don't have a lot of money to fund our government.
Idiot. Boo.
This is ease. I think we should spend less money than we spend each year. A major problem to debt is having entitlement programs such as Social Security and Medicare. I plan on not having these programs, and there will be better financial education for everyone so they can save for retirement. We will also be increasing the max of the Roth IRA so that people will have enough money for retirement. Another way we can increase funding is by implementing a high progressive tax. Tax isn't bad. Everyone loves taxes. We love taxes.
We love taxes. We love taxes.
Thank you. I know. It's a good idea. Having more tax revenue will better public works and will allow our country to get far out of debt. So we will no longer be known as the country that increases its national debt $1 to $2 trillion each year. I want to make our nation very wealthy.
Yes! Speaking of monetary policy and the uses of the government's money, what are your ideas on the prison system?
I believe that we should spend taxpayers' money keeping lots of nonviolent and violent criminals in prison for multiple years and waste our money.
I believe that nonviolent offenders should be given a second chance in life, and that they should go to rehab or rehabilitation centers first. I also believe that violent offenders, such as rapists and murderers, should be killed immediately after their trial. The only people that would be in prisons are people that are under trial, which means that our prison systems are almost non-existent, which is good for the taxpayers. I also believe that nonviolent offenders who commit multiple crimes should be killed, because blood alone moves the wheels of history.
For it is together that we prevail.
Thank you. Now, many of our Americans are worried that the new national government will not devote enough attention to keeping our powerful military intact. How do you two, as members of the executive branch, intend to run the military?
That's a very good question. I just think you're a wonderful proctor. And the answer to your question, yes. I think that we should have a strong military. And we'll put some money toward it, and people will volunteer to join it.
I also want to change the way we run our military. To ensure that we have the maximum possible power of our military, every person of the age 22 to 26 will be in the military. This would allow our military to become larger and stronger, with younger bodies being added to it every year. These soldiers wouldn't be in the military all year round. They would only be called when needed. Money will be put towards research for bigger and better technology to protect those in our country. I also propose that we stay neutral, so that we can focus more on security. By remaining neutral, we will spend far less money on the military, and therefore we will not plummet farther into debt.
Yes! Yes!
So as we have just talked about the military and security of our people, what might the surveillance look like?
Through blanket surveillance, we can check on everyone and make sure that no one is getting out of line.
But why would we do that if we're looking at innocent people? Threats could easily get lost in the mass amounts of data through that. But through NUSA, I propose that we focus our surveillance only on suspected individuals or previously convicted felons. So doing this, it'd be easier to actually track down people. But we wouldn't have any convicted felons because they're already dead.
Yes! Yes!
Great answer. This government is highly federalist, and many citizens are rightfully worried about the possibility of tyranny caused by too much power invested in just 39 people. How will the rights of the citizens be protected?
I want to give the people the exact same rights that they have currently under the United States.
I want them to have the rights that they deserve, like religion, press, speech, and assembly. But religion shouldn't be in the government. It should be as separated as possible, so it does not influence lawmaking. However, I want to take away the people's rights to petition because I do not believe people who aren't as smart as people in the government should have a lot of rights.
I remember that.
This means no lobbying. This can be scary, but lobbying results in a lot of terrible legislation that could be avoided. In media, in addition, people are linked to the government with elections, transparent mass media, and a strong local and state governments. This allows people to always know what's going on in the government, but they should not have involvement because they are uneducated.
Now, one question that many viewers are interested in hearing is, what policies will NUSA have to protect the environment and the climate?
I want to help save the environment, believe me. But, unlike this baboon, I believe that we are doing a great job currently, and I cannot change how I'm currently living to help aid our environment.
I too believe that we should protect the environment. We can do this by recycling gas guzzlers. And we could put more money to public transports to reduce the amount of people on the road. On top of this, nuclear power plants will become more in common sight. They produce way more power with far less CO2 emissions. And even though they are dangerous, the technology that has gotten much better and the chances of a meltdown are far less. With nuclear energy, we can significantly help the environment. Furthermore, in NUSA, there is an entire department devoted to the environment. 3 in the 39 are completely devoted to protect our home.
Yes! Yes!
Fascinating. So with the growing population, what are some ways that you plan on fixing this overpopulation problem?
We will keep the population completely uncontrolled and wait till it levels off. It's worked currently, and we will still wait until the population reaches max.
I believe that there needs to be more action done to decrease the population rate. NUSA's plans include making a max of 3 children per person. If you reach the max, the mill gets the snip snip. And if you still want more children, you need to adopt. This will help reduce the population rate. You all, taxpayers, will also save money since there's going to be less people. Thank you.
Now, as time is going along, do you guys have any final remarks? Any final words?
I love America.
I will save this country from collapse. All I care about is your taxes. Everybody,
More taxes.
More
More
taxes.
taxes! More taxes! Yes! Yes! More taxes! More taxes!
I gotta roll.
I cramped on the way down here.
I cramped just now. I'm cramping right now.
I find out.
I.